Hey everybody, this is Travis.
Hey, and this is Brandon, and we got an exciting show for you today.
It's the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead, which means it's a season finale for us.
Yeah, we got Christmas lights.
We just talked about it right this second. We got a great show for you. What do we got coming up for him, Travis? I'm going to talk like this the entire time. It's our season finale. Of course we're going to be stoked.
We have been sending bad infomercial gifts to each other all afternoon, so maybe that's what's got you so pumped up about this. Moving on.
Anyway, moving on.
We did have a mid-season finale of The Walking Dead.
That's right.
Where all of the ants got in and ate the cookie.
It's a metaphor.
Oh. I thought that was the most interesting part of the show, to be honest.
It's like Scream. It's a metaphor.
So, the last episode previous to this one, we had the tower crumbling down, which we knew would open up the wall and let these hordes of zombies
open up so many possibilities.
Enter into Alexandria, and that is exactly what happened.
The metaphor of the cookie, it's apt, because like those ants, no matter how sealed something is, a window.
Yeah, you could be upstairs hiding from life.
Yeah,
period.
And ants are going to find their way. Zombies are going to find a way in and swarm your cookie.
Or just eat people.
Human.
So let's talk a little bit about...
Get it?
No, I get it. I'm just moving on as quickly as possible. Let's talk about kind of what went on in the show. Where we left off, Carol was chasing Morgan to kind of see what he was doing, why he was needing first aid for someone down in his house.
Yeah.
Daryl and Sasha and Abraham, they're long gone. They're well away from Alexandria.
They're finito.
Glenn,
their fate is shown in the post credits.
Yes, that is true.
Maggie
is like alone on like a lookout by the wall.
Yeah.
And everybody else is pretty much together.
Yeah.
They all run quickly from the zombies into a few of the houses, and that's where they stayed. I honestly expected a much more action-packed episode.
Yeah.
And while there was some intense scenes, like there was still like a lot of like, oh, let's sit by the bed and discuss our ambitions in life.
They're generally known. The Walking Dead is generally known for having a strong mid-season finale, right?
Yeah.
Where it was like, oh, cool, I can't wait to get back in February and see what's in store for us. And that didn't happen here. Like, the cliffhanger was like, Mom, as they're walking through a swarm of zombies.
Yeah, it's sort of indicative of the whole first half of the season so far. It really only took place over maybe like a week's worth of time.
Yeah.
It didn't move quickly. There was a lot of just like conversation and looking into like different people, but there wasn't a lot of like like they didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, the only person who did a lot really was the mayor, who somehow found the only saw blade in town to fall on. And somehow in that span of 5 seconds was bitten on the side.
Yeah, by a zombie. With very good teeth too, because it left a very clean bite mark.
Like this is my impression of that zombie biting. Huh.
I'm just in for a second and then I'm out.
That's it. That's all I got. Like how if a zombie's going after you and they're biting, they're not gonna just let go. And they're like this. And then you pull and you rip. So it would there'd be rip marks there. I have such a problem with that.
What else went on? Okay, so
we're trying to chew the fat here.
We had the somewhat conclusion of the standoff between Carl and what's his name's kid?
Coral and Ron.
Yeah, and they met up in the garage.
Yeah.
You know, two guys hanging out in the garage, as people do.
As they do.
Except in this case, they tried to kill each other.
That's right.
Which we usually don't do.
Which, there's thousands of zombies outside, hundreds maybe, I don't know, I'll just say hundreds. And, what best time to try to kill someone and make a lot of noise is when there's a lot of zombies outside.
Yeah, and then smash the window and cause zombies to be able to enter into the house.
That's exactly right. But I'll have that as my my award at the end of the.
Okay. Techniques that haven't been used since the first season, and I don't know that I was missing it, but they decided to escape the house using a method that we saw in season 1.
Yeah.
Let's cover ourselves in zombie gore.
That's right.
And just walk right through them.
That's right.
Which
they've done it before.
I have 2 questions about.
Yeah.
All right. One, like, from a show making standpoint, like, are they out of ideas to where they're like, let's just do what they did back in season 1 and, like, whatever. And the second question is, if that works so well where they can just leisurely walk past zombies, why aren't they covered in that crap all the time?
Right.
Like in the last sequence,
there's like dry cleaning costs associated with it. It's like, well, we did that last week, but like it's getting harder and harder to clean our
I gotta
suits.
look good, But seriously, they like walk down through the house, and then there's a shot where they're all just kind of like hanging out on the porch.
Yeah. Like Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, and like Carl's like, but I'm just like, get out of there. Like, why are you just like? I would not stop until I was well away from zombies, especially when you have that little kid who is scared out of his mind.
Yeah.
And then you've got a baby that can scream and cry at any moment.
Any given second.
She's under a tarp of zombie gore.
Yeah.
And they're just like, let's chill for a bit, just kind of
just
breathe it in.
Survey the scene.
I don't know. So, needless to say, I wasn't thrilled with the episode. I wasn't thrilled with the way it ended. There's been a lot of talk online about cliffhangers and the way that The Walking Dead has been using cliffhangers to try and get people excited about the next episode. But they all seem to kind of end at like abrupt times, or there have been a couple times where the episode ends and I thought that there was something wrong with my Apple TV because I was like, oh no, that was just the end of the episode.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the episode, Chelsea was like, that's it? I'm like, yeah, that's it. She's like, are you sure? So I went online and checked it. Like, sure enough, yeah. Same thing with like last week in the steeple falling down, right? Like, I will say that we have a definitive end to the wonderful story arc that is the mayor. We finally, she finally screams at the camera, and that's the last we see of her, and that's great. But we saw what happened to her plans for expansion to the city,
which I was really holding out for. Like, this is really,
there was this great exchange of dialogue between her and Michonne about the Latin that's written on the inscriptions, and it really hit me. It hit me in a place that haven't been hitting in the Walking Dead.
You gotta tell me what you want. You gotta know what you want going forward.
Ask me what I want.
What do you want, Brandon?
I don't know. That's the exchange. That's the exchange between Michonne and the mayor. Like, you have to know what you want. Yeah. She's like, I don't know.
So Deanna, we haven't gotten quite into the points yet, but Michonne offers to end it for Deanna.
Yeah. And
Deanna's like, no, I have my backup plan right here. I'm going to take care of it myself. Thus taking very much needed points away from you.
Yeah.
But then the zombies are coming up the stairs. They're charging down the hallway. And instead of using that, she empties her gun down the hallway and then just screams at them.
Right.
What did you think about that? Did you like that? Did you feel it was a primal, like, exciting moment? Her last stand against the zombie hordes?
It was. Here's the thing. Her dialogue was all about her strength, right? Doing things her way. And if that's the way she wants to go out, then that's empowerment.
She knows what she wants.
She knows what she wants. She wants to be eaten to death. and then come back.
And I'm sure she got that wish. So overall, let's give it a scale of 1 to 10. What did you think of this first half of the season overall?
Ooh. C minus.
Okay, so maybe like a 5? Like right middle?
I'd say 5.
Yeah,
a low 5.
Yeah. It's like rounding down like a little bit. And I kind of feel the same way. the season didn't do a whole lot for me. I'm very hopeful for the second half of the season that maybe the introduction of some new characters or maybe a new group can re-energize the show. But I just felt like it was a very slow-moving first half. A lot of the big kind of tension points were diffused rather insignificantly with Glenn just crawling out from under the dumpster and things like that. So we'll see where this show goes from here. But for now, on to the points.
Team Travis.
All right.
On the clock.
Reminder for those watching on YouTube, my team was Daryl, Rick, Glenn, Maggie, and Morgan for this season. We'll start with Rick because Daryl did not appear in the episode.
That's right.
Rick had 6 zombie kills, and it may have been plus or minus that a little bit, but from what I could count and things that were convincing on screen that yes, he did kill a zombie.
Yeah.
I gave him six total zombie kills.
Sure.
Moving on from there, I also gave him a save someone. Mm-hmm. This was for saving the
Deanna, the mayor.
No, for the boys in the
boys in the hood.
The boys in the hood in the garage. And then Maggie had 3 zombie kills.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, she really wasn't in the episode for very long.
No.
But on her way up to scurrying up the side of the wall, she managed to take out about 3 zombies. And then that was it for her.
That's it.
And then Morgan, he had 1 zombie kill, very quickly on his way into
the house.
The house.
Yeah.
So, all told, adding up all my points, that was 60 points.
60.
6-0 for Team Travis.
6-0 for our.
I'm gonna write it on the screen. Like you don't have to do.
Oh right. So. It's closed captioning.
So moving on to Team Brandon.
Moving on.
Do you want to read these off?
Let me see
if you can work one of those iPhones.
Let's see. So let's start with Machoni.
Michonne.
So she had 4, right? One of them
zombie kills.
4 zombie kills. One of them was kind of off screen.
A little bit, yeah.
Right. Because Rick was like, "Hey, I'll take this one in the front. You take the one on the back," and then he hits. But then they cut, and then there's 2 bodies upstairs. So whatever.
Implied.
And then she cut off the heads of 2 of those guys.
She got the decapitation points, and I gotta say, this category was really meant for Michonne because with that sword, she just it's a little bit of flair, a little bit of mixing up a bit, but she definitely brings in the points with this decapitation.
It's style points.
It's
like SSX Tricky that game. The style points. All right, so moving on to Carol, we gave her a life-threatening injury.
No, non-life-threatening.
Non-life-threatening injury.
Yeah.
Because of a concussion.
Yeah, which she may have staged a little bit, but whatever. She got bashed in the head.
Ending notes. We'll talk about Carol and Morgan.
Yeah. Carol. I've got some thoughts for Carol as well.
And then lastly, Rosita. She had a zombie kill.
She did.
She saved one of the townsies.
Yeah, it was what's his name? The mullet man.
The town squire. And then breaking and entering into
getting into those houses.
The house.
And so
and all told, 60 points. 60 points.
60 points. So that is our
6.
that's our first tie, right? That's our first tie for the season.
First time, last time.
Ending on an exciting high note, just like The Walking Dead.
Woo!
We are ending in a tie.
Anticlimactic. So we tied, and good news, Travis, based on points for the whole season and wins,
cumulative wins,
he wins this season of Walking Dead Fantasy League.
It was a good fight. I think I just drafted strong, and things went my way.
That's right. They sure did. Just much like Carol and Morgan, their fight went their way as well. They ended in a tie.
Yeah. So let's end on this Carol and Morgan exchange. I wrote down a line that Carol said.
Okay.
And as she's holding a knife to Morgan, and she says, "I will kill you and I will kill him because I don't want anyone else to die.
Yeah.
That's a line on the show. Like, so Carol's a little crazy now.
It's so out of character for her to not be thinking logically about that situation. Like, hey, the town is overrun by zombies. You know, let's pick now to kill this one guy downstairs and get into a fight with an ally.
With a guy that's legitimately there to kind of help make everything better.
So it was so stupid. And then like, of course, Morgan knocks her out. He actually like body slams her. And then the wolf guy there is like, oh, I'll take advantage now.
Now I'll break out of these ropes. Yeah.
So. And then the doctor the entire time like, oh, what? Oh, she gets kidnapped.
She's been kind of a weak-willed individial for most of the season, so it was sort of in her character not to just stand up and fight against him, but it's
eye roll.
The problem that I have with that is when
Rosita
and Tara bust in and like really do nothing. They hand over their guns and they're just like, man.
I have a problem with...
At that range, they could have gotten a shot.
They bust in, right? And, like, that camera. The camera is the head of the guy, and it's pointed directly at him. Yeah. And he's like, drop the guns or I'll
knife her.
And these are people... Tara. Oh, this pisses me off. Tara, who not more than a week ago was just like hanging over the side, like, bah, 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 headshot, headshot. Not even aiming. Headshotting. She's like...
And then she's like 4 feet away from a guy. She's like, you know what? Here you go.
You're right. You know what?
You take the gun. My bad. My bad. So again, just another situation that was just really ridiculous.
Whatever. Let's end on a high note. Carl finally, and this is my award for this week, our final award for this week. Carl finally didn't annoy me after a couple episodes when he said, "I get it. Your dad's dead. My dad killed somebody. Your dad killed somebody. But let's face it, your dad's an asshole."
Yeah.
I was like, all right, thank you.
Touche, Carl. Well said. Yeah, the whole situation with the two teenagers, it's weird. Like, the fact that after they got out of the garage, Carl was like, "Oh no, it just we just heard some stuff."
Yeah.
Like,
and Glenn's like in the background. You can hear him all the way in the background. "Don't save anybody. I had to hide in the dumpster."
Yeah,
just like in the background.
Yeah.
Poor Glenn.
Glenn was just letting balloons go one at a time.
Like, please pay attention, zombies.
Yeah. Pop. Just popping balloons.
All right.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the Walking Dead Fantasy League all through this first half of the season. We appreciate all of you that have tuned in.
Yep.
There's no Walking Dead for a while now, so if you're gonna miss this hilarious banter between me and Brandon, there's another way that you can catch us, and that's on Apathetic Enthusiasm. Apathetic Enthusiasm. That's our weekly podcast. You can find that on iTunes and Stitcher and at Wk8.com. And then, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the Wk8 YouTube channel, and leave us a comment about what you thought about this first half of the Walking Dead season. So,
yeah.
Any closing remarks, Brandon?
I don't. But I don't, actually. I don't.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm Travis.
And I'm Brandon. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching.